let's look at this lesson now. This will be a second installment of a lesson plan that we had, and this was brought to us by one of our Patreon supporters. So in the first installment, we're just taking simply going from a beginner to an intermediate to an advanced player, and we're trying to see how we can play and sound like a classic steel, or what, like I said in the outset of the very first lesson, kind of the sounds you were hearing like in the 60s and 70s, maybe even up into the 80s. And then what we did on the beginner lesson is I kind of analyzed how a song is laid out and what you would maybe encounter. So what you want to do too is that by learning what's expected of you, it takes some of the fear factor or some of the unknowns out of you. So we looked at the song. A lot of times you'll have basic chords, you'll have a basic format. So you might have an intro, a verse, a chorus, a turn, and an outro or an ending. So what I did in the beginner course was I took one very basic lick, and then I showed you how you could use that basic lick over each part of that song. Now, when you're playing, you're normally not going to ever be asked to play through the entire song. You may be asked to do the intro, you may be asked to do the verse, the chorus, or whatever, but normally, you'll have like a guitar player or a keyboard player in the group with you, or maybe even horn sections, and they'll play some of the fills apart in behind other parts of the song. Also, we talked about keeping things really simple. In other words, you don't want to overcomplicate it if you're learning, and if you're nervous, if you're in a setting where you're kind of jittery, or you got a little bit of nerves going. If you take one basic thing, you can take one simple ideal and use that when you're called upon to play your part. So we looked at the count, how you count into a song, and then just some of the very basic things that you might want to know when you're first starting. Now this one, we're taking the very same chords, and the advanced lesson will be over the very same chord structure, but we're adding a little bit more to it. Also, if you enjoy this video, then make sure to go ahead and press the like and subscribe buttons. You can also join the channel to receive early access to our videos by pressing the join button below. There's a tab and backing track available for this lesson. You can get those as well as over 100 others and other benefits by clicking the card or the link in the description for our Patreon site. Now, in the beginner one, we came right in on the first beat of the song on the intro when we did the intro. Now on this one, we're actually going to do a walk up to the intro and to help kick the band off. So if you hear the count, we're actually coming in on 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it comes right in on the beat. Okay, so let's look at the intro. We'll break down each part of the song, and I'll show you each lick that I did. So the intro was like this. So on the count, it's 1, 2, 3. You come in on 3. All right, so we're in the key of D. And the most common chords in D are D, G, and A. And then in this song, we actually add a 2 chord. So if you're out of the key of D, that would simply be an E chord. So this song is going to have D, G, A, and also an E chord in it. All right, the intro, you go to the 8th fret, and you're simply going to play the group 3, 5. You play it at the 8th. You play it at the 9th, and then slide it to the 10th. Okay, we're coming in on the D chord, So while we're here, we add 4, 5, 6 as a group. Okay, and then it goes to an A chord, then back to D. So in the number system, that's a 1, 5, 1, 1. A 15, 11 is what we're doing on the intro. Okay, so to get the A, I press my B pedal down, I pick 1, 6, and then 2, 6. One, 6 with the B pedal down, 2, 6 with the B pedal down. That's going to play over the A chord. Okay, so now we've got this. Okay, then I go back to the group 4, 5, and 6. And then I do a lick like this. Okay, so after we go after the A. Okay, then it's going to go to D. I play 4, 5, 6 at the 10th fret, no pedals. Then I'm going to put a little, I call it a button, a little ending on that. Since we have 4 more beats of D, instead of just letting that ring out like we did in the original on the beginner course or the beginner lesson, we're going to actually add a lick. You go to 10th fret, we're going to use our B and C pedals. B raises your 3 and 6, your C pedal raises 4 and 5. You pick 5 without a pedal, then you pedal into it, then you pick 3 and 4 with the pedals down. Now you can play it again, no pedals. Or you can just let it ring out like that. Just play it one time, play 5, pedal into it with your C pedal. And what I do too a lot of times is I go ahead and just press B and C together when I do that. But I'm picking 5, go ahead and press B and C pedal. Then play, while that's ringing, play 3, 4. Then I release the pedals. I go down to the A, to the 5th fret. And then I play 3, 4, 5 with A and B pedals down. No pedals, then pedal. So that's a lick. You can phrase that however you want to. I could play it just one time, you know, just pick it one time, or I can pick it twice. Okay, so that's totally up to you. Okay, so we have the intro. Okay, so now the song is going to go, we're going to have a lick out of D. So that's the next 4 beats. Since we ended here at the 5th fret, let's go ahead and do a lick here for D. We press our B pedal down. We're going to play 6, 5, and as soon as you play that, you pedal in with the A. Okay, you release the A pedal, and you don't have to, but I normally just leave the B pedal down. You play 4 and 5 again, or play 4 and 5, then pedal in again with the A pedal. So we're doing that slur. That plays over the D chord. So again, at 5th fret, you play 6, 5, B pedal down, and press the A pedal. Then you play 4 and 5, nope, with the A pedal off, then pedal into it again. The next measure of the song is a G. We go to the 10th fret, do that same lick, but now it'll be over a G chord. So we have it here in D. Okay, so now we have 8 beats of D, and I'm going to do these licks. And that's simply at the 10th fret, 3, 4, 5 with A and B pedals down, then release it. It's just like a real quick. Then the last part for the D, you go to your 8th fret, same group, 3, 4, 5, with E, D flat and E lever. That's the one that lowers 4, and then slide that to the 5th fret, then add A and B pedals. And all that plays over the D chord. So now we've got this. Okay, now the next lick that I play is coming over a D chord. Since we ended here at the 5th fret, we just press A and B pedals down and play 3, 5, 6. Go to your 8th fret, no pedals, 9th fret, no pedals, 10th fret, no pedals. Same group. Okay, the next chord coming up is G. So I can get a G right here at the 10th with the pedals down, and I'm going to do the same lick. Now for G it'd be 10, pedals down, 13 no pedals, 14 no pedals, 15 no pedals, and it ends at our G fret at 15. So it's okay. Then the next chord is an A, and I'm just going to do a real easy lick for that. I'm going to the 17th, same group, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6, no pedals. Go to the 12th fret and add A and B pedals. Okay, the next chord is a D. Since I'm right here, I can go up 1 fret and add my A pedal, F and E lever, and that's a D, and I do this lick. Okay, so you play 3, 5, A pedal, F and E lever, play those as a group, play 1 while that's ringing, then add 4, 6 as a group. It's real, real pretty. Then the next one is a G chord, so all I have to do is go up 2 frets to my 15th fret. I do the same exact group with no pedals, no knee levers, and I'm in G. Okay, so we've got this now. Then the song goes back to a D chord. Okay, this is a real classic lick. I've got A and B pedals down at the 17th fret. I play 4, 5, 6. That's a D chord. I slide that to the 13th fret with A pedal, F and E lever. That's a D chord. Then I slide it to the 10th fret, no pedals, no knee levers, and that ends up at our 10th fret, which is D. And again, you can phrase it however you want to. You could play it at each fret. Okay, then it's going to go, we're still in D. I play 3, 5 as a group, 1, 4, 6 as a group. Then it's going to go to an A chord, and I do this lick. which is a good lick to know. If you go to your 12th fret, press A and B pedals down. You've got an A chord. I go back 1 fret, 11th fret, same group, and keep the pedals down and add my E-D flat knee lever. I go back 1 more fret to the 10th fret with B pedal and E-D flat knee lever only. Okay, so that's an A chord. This is just a passing chord to get you to the A7th, which would be at the 10th fret with B pedal and E-D flat knee lever only. Okay, then it goes back to D. I simply play the same group, no pedals, no knee levers here at the 10th. And then I go to I got a D9th on the chord chart, but D9th or D7th, it'll work either way. So 4, 5, 6, no pedals. I pick 4, 5, and 6 again, and then slide it to the 13th fret, add my F knee lever. That gives me D7. So I'm right here. The next chord up is the G, and that's going to be, I'm going to do a lick over the G chord now. So we're going to incorporate our B and C pedals. It's kind of like what the lick we did at the intro. You play 5, then pedal in with B and C together, and pick 3, 4 as a group. Give the pedals back, release them. You simply move that down 1 group. We're going to play 6, pedal in with B and C, and then play 4 and 5 as a group. Give the pedal back. So it's okay, then the song goes to D. I'm going to simply move that lick out of the 15th, which is G, to the 10th, which is D. So okay, now the song's going to go to the 2 chord, and I'll show you a neat lick for that. And that's a real classic lick you used to hear like Lord Green do. And it's real effective. So just leave A and B pedals down, go from your 6th fret to your 7th fret, and the only strings we're going to play will be 3, 5. Pedals down, 6th fret to 7th fret. Okay, then release your pedals. You're going to go 9, 10, 11, 12. And you can see my hand how I'm playing that. Okay, again, real quick. Pedals down. We're in E. We're playing this over E. 6th fret, 7th fret. Pedals down, 3, 5. Release the pedals. Same strings, 3, 5. You go 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're going to repeat that theme or that thought now over the A chord. We ended right here. Just go back to your 11th fret, pedals down. Play it at the 11th and the 12th. Then you play at 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so now it goes to a D chord. We're going to play 4, 5, 6 with B and C pedals down, then release them, give them back. Then it goes to G chord. I go to my 15th fret, do the same lick. 4, 5, 6 with B and C down, then give them back, release them. Then it's going to go to a D chord, and I'm going to play this lick. So you go to your 12th fret, 3, 4, 5, B and C pedals down, 11th fret, 10th fret, pedals all still down. Then we're playing this over a D, so I have to resolve to that. I release the pedals when I get to 10, and that's D. Okay, then it simply does the intro again, which in this case is an outro, it's the end. Okay, so it's pretty complicated, but what I want you to do is take each part and break it down. You have an intro, you have a verse, you have there's a middle like a chorus, a tag or outro, and an ending. Also, like I've always say in my lessons, if you don't want to do all this or it's too complicated or whatever, just take parts of it and learn licks. So that's just simply a lick over D. This is a lick over E. So I could take that lick I did right here for D and apply it to E. So you can dissect these things and just get licks or, just things like that out of it. But this is showing you, like I said at the outset in the beginner lesson, you're not going to be called to play. Well, I shouldn't say that because I did a studio session one time, and they wanted me to play through the whole song, and then he was going to edit or take out what he wanted, like if he liked what I played over the chorus or the verse or whatever, and then just keep those parts. But normal situations, you'll just be playing over certain parts of the song, so that's all you've got to learn. So learn these licks. And just take them as licks. And then look at what we did. Just take it one piece at a time, learn the intro, then learn maybe the first. Learn that part. Learn that's a part, That's simply a part. That's a part. That's another section of the song. So that's part of the chorus. That's the tag, and then it simply goes back to the intro. The intro is the same for the ending, so that part you only have to learn one time. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, next lesson installment, we'll take the same chords, progressions, but we're going to play some advanced licks, fills over it, also maybe a few chord substitutions. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what you think. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we just want to take this opportunity to thank all our supporters on YouTube and Patreon, and also our Tier 3 supporters on Patreon. We really appreciate you, really appreciate what you're doing to help us out. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to go ahead and press the like and subscribe buttons. You can also join the channel to receive early access to our videos by pressing the join button below. There's a tab and backing track available for this lesson. You can get those as well as over 100 others and other benefits by clicking the card or the link in the description for our Patreon site. So on behalf of Jacob and I just want to tell you thank you and keep picking.